Okay, I'm not even gonna mince words. I'm not gonna mince words, okay? The people you see before you are were a part of the California reparations task force or committee, and it's been revealed that that's a bunch of bullshit. They're gonna try to pass off that whole giving an apology and educations and some other bullshit. No cash, no money, no resources. Just some kind of fucking apology and some token bullshit that will ultimately you know fuck us in the end. And shit. They really test my patience as a regular black person. Okay, a regular black person that's not an extreme. I'm a regular person. Okay, I don't adhere to any fucking extreme. And this shit is getting on my nerves and whatnot. Okay, it's a goddamn election year, and they're gonna do their best to just annoy the fuck out of you. All right, now I don't know. I guess they think will make you go and vote for, whatever party, But I think like if you're a black person with any kind of, common sense and intelligence and shit, then you know what to do. Okay, you know what to do regarding the vote that they want from you. Okay, all right. They've been shipping in illegal immigrants into our urban centers and shit instead of just taking these illegal immigrants and moving them to all these various abandoned towns that are like way under $1 million, like whole towns. They could have put those people there and went about their fucking business, but they're shoving them into our areas, giving them like reparations. They're giving them like housing and shit, money, like big money. I'm not talking about little money, free driver's licenses and shit. And they're trying to finesse how to get them to vote to make you even more non-existent and shit. I usually don't go into this stuff on my channel and shit, but it's an election year, and I'm annoyed as fuck. I can't get shit. That's the legacy of America 3Ks instead. They talk about us being sleep and then us being woke and shit, and woke is a whole another deal altogether and shit. Okay, it's a whole another deal I'm not willing to get into. But I want to tell you, I'm not voting for these motherfuckers. Okay, I'm not voting for shit. Okay, and I'll just have to survive, man. You motherfuckers have to decide if you're gonna eat that turd on that paper plate they keep shoving it out to you every 2 to 4 years. You know, America is all about making its citizens take a paper plate with a turd on it and tell themselves it's something else that why they're eating it and shit, but it's shit. Okay, I'm reminded of this old documentary. I've seen this somewhere, I just can't recall, but they were talking to a president who assaulted, people that were in the jail cell with him. And he was talking about how he made them eat the groceries because they can't imagine that's nothing else. Like if he put his, if he put his eggplant in their mouth, they can imagine that was something else. But, when you can't imagine an ass being nothing but an ass and shit. And that's what the current administration is telling black people and shit to eat their groceries and shit and just pull that fucking lever down and shit. Motherfucker came into the White House, and started spending all this fucking money and shit, didn't give us nothing and rubbed it in our fucking faces. And niggas just, like, they just take it, man. Not me. I didn't take shit. I have no guilty conscience. I didn't vote for that motherfucker. I didn't vote for shit because there was no tangibles and shit. And I'm not saying that because of an acronym or anything. I'm just saying that as a regular person and shit. This country has gone into the shitter. It's Orwellian and shit. And it's just like they just, all across the board, they want you to accept a paper plate with a turd on it and tell yourself something else while you're eating it. Oh, this is this and shit. I think it's bullshit. And I think if you motherfuckers want to stay asleep, this is colorblind commentary, okay? But if a lot of you people want to stay asleep, that's your business and shit. But I call a spade, and I'm not gonna be worried about no adult police coming into my fucking wherever I am right now and taking me out. They can just stick that bag on my head and take me somewhere out back and shoot me if they can, if I can't get away or nothing. All right, I'm getting tired of this shit. They ain't gonna give black people no reparations. We're gonna have to enforce, measures to make it feasible for them to give us reparations. They don't have no trouble finding money for all these illegal immigrants. They don't have trouble finding money for foreign aid and shit. They don't have trouble finding money for, a proxy war with Russia through Ukraine and shit. And then just carpet bombing us for propaganda and bullshit. While Every day they telling us we're istaphobes and this and that. I'm just tired of this bullshit. Okay, you gotta call it spade spade. You're gonna have to get canceled. Okay, you got America 3Ks and said it's gonna have to cancel a lot of us and shit. Okay, I'm not voting for this bullshit. Now, these poor motherfuckers up here, they make my skin crawl. They make me literally sick, and I have a whole long list of these fuckers that make me sick and shit, including some people here that run platforms on YouTube. Okay, I'm not gonna say their fucking name because I'm not giving them no more press is coming from me. You know, if you don't hold us down, you don't hold your people down for real, you're out. And I know, it's not just these coons that I'm showing you. It's not just these coons. There's some of these other motherfuckers that's had the nerve to sit back and, take digs and shit. But you used to eating a plate with a turd on it, so you just ignore that shit or you don't even see it. Because you get these. There's two ways of fucking up your mind and shit: being overt and unrelenting and shit, and just being subtle. They do both at the same fucking time. Right? Black people love, just ignoring shit. Okay, and you don't have to do much to push back. All right, all you have to do is just turn off the fucking TV and stop entertaining them and shit. Don't do nothing. Don't say shit. Don't give them anything. They got a whole bunch of bootlicks and coons and bootleg fuckheads out here to approximate what in front of a camera that they're the black community and shit when they're nothing. These are Klondike bars, I like to call them and shit. They're black on the outside, white ice cream on the inside. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves and shit. All right? And you should give them the opportunity to care about themselves. And they don't get no cover when they get booted up out of there and they come running back to the black community and shit. Like all these fucking people, these are like boomers and shit. And a couple of Generation X's, man, I'm ashamed to say. No, fucking around. Fucking around. You better look at the forest for the trees. Okay? I mean, some people act like they forced, but they ain't really forced and shit. They just get in the bag, man. Okay, they get in the bag. But we don't need no stinking apology and shit. We want fucking money. I want fucking money. I want money from the government, okay, for reparations. And my family fought in every goddamn war this country has ever had since we were brought over here, or since they stole the land from our ancestors. If we're to believe that we're Native Americans. Anything is possible. You don't know shit. You got fuckheads. Bootleg white people and shit. Like there was one Middle Eastern fuck was talking about that black people be king shaming and shit. I was like, man, suck my ass, man. You ain't even a part of this argument and shit. And they want to come in here and muddy the waters. They got these tethers in here, these people from outside of the country that, share a melanin content. They come in here and they try to blend in and do fucked off shit. And it's your job to be in that crowd and see them doing that and bust them, and bust a move on their ass and shit. And say, hey, what you doing over there, buddy? You're not us. Okay, you have no right. No one that is not us, descendants of American slaves, has any right talking about our shit. Okay, your opinion is irrelevant. Okay, your politicians' opinions are irrelevant. That's a shot at Alexandria Cortez or Caso, whatever that bitch name is. She was talking about that Latin people should get reparations for slavery and shit. I'm like, bitch, how you got a career? And a couple other people. She got some fucking tethers in there to tether the investors and shit. The disguised as Muslims. I'm not gonna say that woman's name. Been busted so many times doing the most with a nigga that looked like Bert from Sesame Street. And then you got the commander in chief, man. This stuff's gonna be the motherfucker. He gets reelected. He is gonna be the first fucking president that ever got sworn in his coffin. Now these fucking old people. No, just across the board, both political parties and shit. You notice that everybody's all old as fuck with damn near cobwebs on them. They old as fuck. They ain't passed out shit to the younger generation. And then the guys that you see that are, young, younger, they're complete fanatics. They embrace extremes and shit. This is by design. They didn't groom anyone to run this country properly. It's failing and shit. Okay, if you take all the racial elements out of it, it's a badly run corporation that's in its decline. There's a ton of shit they can do to rejuvenate this country besides, money and shit, okay? But black people need their fucking reparations. Alright? I ain't gonna talk about no fucking crime bill or any of this other shit. We want motherfucking money, bitches. Okay, and all these old motherfuckers, the ones you see pictured and some of these other assholes and their catfish nuggets, They need to boot. Okay? They need to boot. And there's an old fucking movie from the 80s. I think it's called Year of the Dragon. Year of the Dragon with Mickey Rourke, playing a detective, a white detective in Chinatown trying to do his job. He tries to arrest the Godfather, the Chinese Godfathers of the mafia over there, and the whole community whoops his ass. At the end of the movie, he tries to arrest these old dudes, man, these old 60-year-old dudes that were like criminals, career criminals, and the whole neighborhood whoops his ass. And he gets dragged out of there. They saving his life, but it does a freeze frame before the movie goes off of his fucking face. Of his face. Even he had a bootleg girlfriend, Chinese girlfriend he was banging, and they got wind of it because he was messing around in their business. And they went over there and they SA'd her and shit. Then she broke up with him and stopped fucking with his ass. Just shit he was going through. They came to his house right after that and tried to kill him, and they killed his wife and shit. This motherfucker was so fucked up that he was shooting at the car and the car blew up, and he pulled a burning corpse out and tried to put a handcuff on it. You see what I'm trying to say? You look at these goddamn bootlegs, these smiling motherfuckers. I've done stories like this before. I remember when they brought some of the supposed Ukraine refugees over here. They put the motherfuckers in HBCUs and shit. They had a picture just like this with Negroes, these coons smiling and shit. And I'm like, those are our colleges. Why can't we have anything and shit? But the black community goes in 5 different directions and shit. While I'm worried about this shit, you got females telling us we ain't shit and we ain't got a right to live our life how we want, love who we want and shit. But they get to do everything while they have a childish, fucked up mindset that does not foster any decent, upbringing of a family, nuclear or otherwise and shit. It's a failed construct. Okay, it's a failure and shit. We got too much weeds in the fucking fields out here, and you ain't picking that shit up, so you got to set it on fire. Okay, that's what they used to do back in those days when they had like a bug infestation that they couldn't get out of, like a farmland or something. They do a burn and shit. Okay, so like I'm sitting on my motherfucking hands. I'm trying not to do no political shit, and I'm trying to. I know Black History Month is a bust and shit. This is when all the assholes, all the racists come out. They get brand new with the black people and shit. I can't say black community with regular black people that have to sit between 2 extremes, like the meat and the sandwich. And look at the bullshit. It's Orwellian. It's Orwellian and shit. But I tell you one thing and shit. You go read George Orwell's 1984, and he said the freest people in that totalitarian dystopian society were the people of color, black people. He didn't say it directly, but he said black people were free because no one thought shit of them, and they had no political power. So they were just left to their own devices and shit in the communities that were given to them with the money and and the things that they had, the little toys and baubles and shit. That's what I think when I look at all these celebrities and, athletes and shit. They're just employees. Why the fuck would you listen to them? Like, you could say the same, why would you listen to me? I'm a voice. A disembodied voice, but at least I give you some kind of picture. Not just a black square talking to your ass. It's me. One of you. I'm the elder statesman of this community, chronologically speaking and shit. I'm just a regular person. I don't say I'm better or any less, and I don't talk to you guys most of the time in a disparaging tone and shit. I respect you. I understand what it is to grow up in the system and be, find out later in life, and if after your 30s, after your 40s, to figure out that you were derped, that you were raised to be less than, and you didn't even know it, that they were fucking you. When you were a kid and shit, you were getting fucked over in your own family structure and shit. And they were making you dumb on purpose so that, like, fuckheads, so that losers could lie to themselves every day and tell themselves that they are somebody and shit when they're nothing. They're embers, they're ashes and coming out of a fire. It's the black community and shit. Keep hope alive and shit was a lie. Right? That was perpetrated on us by an op and shit, okay? Who's doing the best to keep his bag full of shit. He don't care about the community and shit, if you know what I'm talking about. Around his base operations is a fucking slum. Right? And the other guy too. But hey, I'm saying some blasphemous shit, right? So you get pissy at, you won't give me my likes and you won't give me my motherfucking clicks because I say shit that that make you have to think about, what the fuck are you sitting in, okay? Are you sitting in your house or are you sitting in a goddamn toilet?